Have you ever wondered what truly defines human intelligence? Is it the power to think, to dream, or to create something that defies time itself? Since the dawn of civilization, humans have built, shaped, and invented, from the simplest tools to the most complex machines. But some inventions stand out, not because they were useful, but because they were unbelievably strange. They changed history, yet often remained hidden in its shadows. From ancient mechanical robots to devices that seemed centuries ahead of their time, each invention tells a story of curiosity, ambition, and sometimes pure madness. In this journey, we will explore 50 of the most extraordinary and bizarre inventions ever conceived. Some saved lives, some changed the world, and some should probably never have existed at all. Let's begin with one of history's first mechanical marvels, a creation that blurred the line between man and machine, the medieval robot man. During the 15th century in Europe, engineers created extraordinary devices to impress royal courts and demonstrate their mechanical intelligence. One of the most remarkable inventions of this era was the medieval robot man. Constructed from a combination of metal and wood, this mechanical human could move its arms and turn its head, and some models could even perform simple tasks. It was used in royal palaces to amaze guests and showcase the prestige of the rulers. Some robots could carry food or drinks, performing basic services. The gears and hinges used in these robots were a testament to the engineering knowledge of the time. Beyond entertainment, these mechanical creations sparked humanity's curiosity about measuring and controlling time, because devices with moving parts required precise coordination and planning. This curiosity about time and control eventually inspired the creation of the next invention, the ancient Greek water clock. The measurement of time was critical for both daily life and official matters in ancient societies. In ancient Greece, water clocks were developed to track time using the controlled flow of water. Water would slowly move from one container to another, and markings inside the vessels indicated the passage of time. They were used to limit speeches in court, organize city affairs, or regulate religious rituals. Advanced models even included small figurines or bell mechanisms that moved with the water, combining functionality with visual appeal. Water clocks exemplified early mechanical intelligence and helped engineers refine their skills. The need to monitor time also highlighted the importance of movement and strategy, ultimately leading to inventions like war chariots, which required speed and maneuverability. Through these devices, timekeeping and mechanical ingenuity became intertwined with military tactics and everyday life. Throughout history, warfare has driven technological innovation. In ancient Egypt and Rome, war chariots gave armies mobility and tactical advantage. These lightweight, armored vehicles were pulled by horses, allowing archers or spearmen to maneuver across the battlefield and strike effectively. Pharaohs even depicted chariots in tomb art to display both power and technological sophistication. In Rome, chariots were also used in military drills and gladiator arenas. Some designs featured spiked wheels to defend against enemy attacks. These vehicles were not just transportation. They were a fusion of mechanical intelligence and strategy. The engineering knowledge gained from war chariots later influenced the development of ancient Roman concrete, which allowed for durable and lasting constructions, showing how military and civil engineering advanced together. The reason many Roman structures still stand today is the durability of Roman concrete. This special mixture combined volcanic ash, lime, and small stones. When exposed to water, the concrete would chemically react, gradually hardening and creating structures that lasted centuries. Examples like ports, bridges, and amphitheaters demonstrate its strength and resilience. Modern scientists have discovered that Roman concrete becomes even stronger when in contact with seawater. Beyond durability, This material reflected the ingenuity and planning skills of Roman engineers. The knowledge and techniques from concrete construction also supported the use of mechanical devices in warfare, like bow and arrow mechanisms, which became more precise and effective. The combination of construction and weapon engineering showed the interconnected nature of human ingenuity in that era. In the medieval period, mechanical bows and crossbows enhanced the power and range of armies. These devices were stronger than traditional bows, and some mechanisms allowed a single person to draw a large bow. They played a critical role in sieges, enabling defenders to strike enemies from afar or breach fortifications strategically. Some designs could shoot multiple arrows in sequence, surprising opponents. Mechanical gears and tension systems optimized force and accuracy. Bow and arrow machines weren't just weapons. They were demonstrations of applied engineering intelligence. The mechanical skills required here inspired devices to control water, ultimately leading to inventions like the Archimedes screw, a mechanism to transport water for agriculture and urban life. The Archimedes screw was designed to move water from the Nile River to irrigate fields or supply cities. Its helical tube lifted water from one container to another efficiently, powered by human effort. This simple yet ingenious machine increased agricultural productivity and ensured urban water supply. It remains in use in some parts of the world today. The invention of the Archimedes screw, combining mechanics and practical problem-solving, sparked curiosity about underwater exploration and long-distance travel. This curiosity led to Renaissance diving suits, which enabled humans to work and explore beneath the water's surface. During the Renaissance, the first diving suits were developed to allow prolonged underwater activity. Made from linen and reinforced with lead, these suits protected divers from water pressure and provided stability underwater. The helmet was equipped with air tubes, and weights at the feet prevented floating. These suits enabled exploration, salvage operations, and scientific observation beneath the waves. Human curiosity and engineering ingenuity merged, paving the way for the next groundbreaking invention, the Gutenberg printing press, which revolutionized the spread of knowledge on land. In the 1450s, Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press using movable metal type. This breakthrough drastically increased the speed of book production, making information more accessible to the public. Before Gutenberg, books were laboriously copied by hand and were expensive. His first printed work, the Bible, set off a cultural and educational revolution across Europe. The printing press allowed scientific discoveries and artistic ideas to spread widely, preparing the ground for innovations like the telescope, which would expand humanity's understanding of the universe. In 1608, Dutch lensmakers created the first telescope, revolutionizing astronomy. Galileo refined it to observe the moon's craters, Jupiter's moons, and the Milky Way in unprecedented detail. Telescopes not only advanced science, but also improved navigation, allowing sailors to spot distant islands and hazards. Early telescopes were simple, yet they sparked a curiosity that drove humans to explore the cosmos. This curiosity, combined with the need for navigation, made the magnetic compass essential for safe, long-distance sea voyages. The magnetic compass, first used in China, fundamentally changed navigation. It allowed sailors to determine direction even when landmarks were not visible. When introduced to Europe, it enabled explorers like Christopher Columbus to discover the Americas. Early compasses also assisted in calculating wind and currents, crucial for long oceanic voyages. The compass combined human ingenuity, mechanical precision, and the spirit of exploration. These first 10 inventions, linked together through mechanical innovation and curiosity, form a chain demonstrating human creativity, engineering skill, and the drive to understand and control the world. The next inventions continue this journey through the Renaissance and Industrial Revolution. As humanity stepped into the Renaissance, curiosity turned into invention on an unprecedented scale. People no longer only observed the world, they sought to understand, control, and reshape it. From mechanical devices to mathematical marvels, these inventions bridged the gap between imagination and reality. Some machines counted numbers faster than any human mind. Others transmitted messages across continents in the blink of an eye. Electricity began to illuminate the dark corners of cities, and engines promised to carry us farther than ever before. In this chapter, we follow the trail of genius and ambition, from the first printing calculators to the dawn of the Internet. Each invention is a stepping stone, a spark in the long chain of progress, showing how humans transformed ideas into machines and machines into history. And it all begins with a remarkable device that automated calculation, a creation that turned numbers into something tangible: the printing calculator. The invention of the printing calculator in the 17th century marked a turning point in mathematics and accounting. Designed by engineers like Blaise Pascal and later Gottfried Leibniz, these early machines could add, subtract, and even print results on paper. They were powered by gears, levers, and cranks, entirely mechanical yet incredibly precise. Before computers or even typewriters existed, these devices allowed merchants and scientists to calculate data faster than ever before. The printing function ensured that no result was lost or altered, a critical feature in trade and navigation. This automation of calculation would eventually lead to the idea of programmable machines, the foundation of Charles Babbage's analytical engine, the first concept of a computer. In the early 19th century, Charles Babbage dreamed of a machine that could think in numbers. His analytical engine used punch cards, gears, and rotating drums to perform calculations, essentially the world's first mechanical computer. Ada Lovelace, often regarded as the first programmer, wrote detailed instructions for how the engine could handle algebraic formulas. Though it was never fully built in his lifetime, the design of the analytical engine inspired all future computing systems. It represented humanity's first attempt to mechanize thought itself, and as people learned to control data and logic, they began to dream of controlling the invisible world, the realm of electricity. That dream gave rise to one of the strangest inventions of the 19th century, the telegraph. Before telephones or the internet, there was the telegraph, a network of electric pulses that could send messages instantly across great distances. Invented in the 1830s by Samuel Morse, it allowed coded messages to travel through wires using simple signals, dots and dashes. This new language, Morse code, connected continents and changed how wars were fought and how news was shared. Governments and armies relied on telegraphs for instant communication. The ability to transmit information so rapidly inspired inventors to imagine a world where sound and voice could also travel through wires, leading directly to the birth of the telephone. When Alexander Graham Bell introduced the telephone in 1876, it revolutionized communication forever. For the first time in history, people could hear each other's voices across vast distances. The telephone transformed businesses, families, and even diplomacy. It connected nations in real time, shrinking the world dramatically. Beyond communication, it demonstrated that electricity could carry not just coded signals, but emotion, the tone of a human voice. This new understanding of electricity's potential fueled inventions in both science and medicine. Soon, another inventor, Thomas Edison, would take the concept of electrical energy even further, by capturing light itself. Thomas Edison's light bulb symbolized the dawn of the modern age. Though several inventors experimented with light before him, Edison perfected a durable filament that could glow for hundreds of hours. His invention didn't just illuminate rooms, it extended human life into the night. Factories ran longer, cities brightened, and the rhythm of civilization changed forever. Electric light turned darkness into opportunity. But the power of electricity didn't stop there. It soon found its way into engines, sparking the creation of the electric car, one of the earliest attempts to make transportation cleaner and more efficient, long before the modern age rediscovered it. In the late 1800s, before gasoline dominated the roads, inventors created electric vehicles powered by rechargeable batteries. They were quiet, clean, and surprisingly popular, especially among the wealthy. Early electric cars could reach up to 30 kilometers per hour, an impressive feat for their time. However, the limited range and lack of infrastructure led to their decline as gasoline engines improved. Still, these early designs represented humanity's constant desire for efficiency and progress. The lessons learned from electric vehicles would later inspire the next great leap, the airplane, which aimed not to move faster on land, but to conquer the skies. In 1903, the Wright brothers achieved what was once considered impossible: sustained, controlled flight. Their airplane took humanity off the ground and into the realm of the birds. Built from wood, wire, and fabric, the Wright Flyers' 12-second flight changed history forever. The principles they discovered, lift, thrust, drag, became the foundation of modern aeronautics. Airplanes would go on to reshape travel, warfare, and commerce. But the Wright brothers' innovation didn't appear from nowhere. It came from centuries of studying motion and control, from gears, wings, and windmills. This same fascination with control over nature inspired another breathtaking invention: the submarine. The dream of exploring the depths of the ocean has fascinated humans for centuries. The first functional submarines, developed in the 19th century, allowed people to dive deep below the surface. Early models, like those used during the American Civil War, were powered by hand-cranked propellers. Later, diesel and electric engines made them faster and safer. Submarines were not only tools of war, but also of science, revealing the mysteries of the deep sea. The ability to move beneath water mirrored the human desire to move beyond Earth itself, a dream that led to another revolutionary invention: the rocket. The rocket transformed humanity's relationship with the universe. From early Chinese fireworks to 20th century space travel, rockets evolved from simple propulsion devices into powerful engines capable of escaping Earth's gravity. Visionaries like Konstantin Tsiolkovsky and later engineers at NASA turned this ancient idea into a gateway to the stars. Rockets became symbols of exploration, ambition, and the limitless power of science. Yet the technology that sent humans into space also reshaped warfare and communication. From rockets came satellites, and with them, a new kind of global connection: the Internet. The Internet is the invisible web connecting all of humanity. Born from military research in the 1960s, it evolved into the greatest communication system in history. It allows ideas, art, and information to travel across the planet in milliseconds. The Internet made knowledge universal and transformed how we think, learn, and interact. From the printing press to digital screens, the human desire to connect has always driven innovation. And yet, the Internet is not the end of invention. It's merely the latest chapter in a story that began thousands of years ago with gears, fire, and imagination. The world was no longer powered by steam. It was powered by information. As the 20th century dawned, humanity entered an era where machines could think, communicate, and connect the planet like never before. Electricity, data, and innovation became the new engines of civilization. From the first radio signals crossing oceans, to computers filling entire rooms, and finally to microchips smaller than a fingertip, each invention pulled humanity closer together while changing how we live, work, and dream. In this chapter, we'll journey through the modern age, from early communication breakthroughs to the digital networks that define our world today. Every click, every byte, every screen you touch, all of it began with these revolutionary ideas, and it all starts with a voice that traveled through invisible waves, connecting people across continents for the very first time. The radio. At the dawn of the 20th century, a new kind of magic filled the air: the radio. Inventors like Guglielmo Marconi and Nikola Tesla experimented with electromagnetic waves, discovering that information could travel invisibly through the atmosphere. For the first time, words and music could be broadcast across oceans. Radios connected people, cultures, and nations, especially during war and crisis. Families gathered around them every evening, listening to news, plays, and the first live music performances. The world suddenly became smaller, united by invisible sound. This invention transformed communication forever and inspired a generation to explore how to capture not only sound, but moving images. The world was about to witness the birth of a new art form: cinema. When the Lumiere brothers presented the motion picture camera in 1895, audiences were stunned. For the first time, moving life could be recorded and replayed, reality frozen in time. The first film ever shown, Workers Leaving the Factory, lasted only 46 seconds, but it changed entertainment forever. Film evolved from a novelty into an art form that shaped culture, politics, and imagination. Silent films gave way to sound. Black and white turned to color, and soon people dreamed of combining images, sound, and motion in one powerful medium. The power of storytelling grew with technology, and humanity's hunger for innovation only intensified. The same curiosity that captured motion would soon capture energy itself, through the harnessing of the airplane engine and flight technology, propelling us further into the skies. As airplanes evolved, so did our need for speed. In the 1930s, engineers like Frank Whittle and Hans von Ohain developed the jet engine, a machine capable of propelling aircraft faster and higher than ever before. By compressing air and igniting fuel, the jet engine created thrust powerful enough to break the sound barrier. This changed travel, warfare, and even the shape of the Earth itself. Suddenly, continents felt closer. The jet engine wasn't just a machine, it was a symbol of human ambition to defy limits. But as humanity mastered the skies, we began to look beyond them, to space. And the dream of reaching the stars led directly to one of the most ambitious creations of all time: the space shuttle. The space shuttle represented humanity's greatest engineering leap. Unlike rockets that burned up after one use, the shuttle could launch, orbit Earth, and return safely. Reusable, powerful, and revolutionary. First launched in 1981, it carried astronauts, satellites, and scientific experiments into space. It allowed humans to live and work beyond Earth's atmosphere, paving the way for the International Space Station. The shuttle was a triumph of cooperation between nations and a testament to human courage. It redefined exploration, not as conquest, but as collaboration. And yet, as we reached the stars, another revolution was happening right here on Earth. The rise of machines that could think. The birth of artificial intelligence. The concept of artificial intelligence, AI, began as a dream. Could machines learn, reason, and solve problems like humans? From Alan Turing's early theories to today's neural networks, AI evolved from simple logic to self-learning algorithms. It now powers everything from search engines to self-driving cars. AI mimics human creativity and decision-making, reshaping industries and ethics alike. It can compose music, design art, and even write history. Yet with this power comes responsibility, a reminder that technology reflects its creators. As humans gave machines the ability to think, they also gave them access to data, memory, and information. That power led directly to the next transformative invention: the personal computer. In the 1970s, technology left the laboratory and entered the living room. The personal computer transformed society by putting power directly into people's hands. Companies like Apple, IBM, and Microsoft made computing accessible to millions. What once filled entire rooms could now fit on a desk. Spreadsheets replaced paper ledgers, digital art replaced sketchbooks, and communication transcended physical boundaries. PCs didn't just process data, they reshaped creativity, education, and economics. They made the world more connected than ever, but connectivity needed one more step: mobility. The world was about to shrink even further with the creation of the mobile phone. The mobile phone began as a bulky device for the wealthy in the 1980s, but it quickly evolved into a universal necessity. Martin Cooper's first call from a handheld phone in 1973 was the spark that ignited a revolution. Over decades, mobile technology grew smaller, smarter, and more powerful. With the arrival of smartphones, communication, photography, and computing merged into one. The mobile phone turned into a digital companion, an extension of human thought and memory. It reshaped culture, business, and even relationships. But mobility also meant dependency. Humans became permanently online, and this constant connectivity opened the path for a new kind of reality, the virtual one. Virtual reality, VR, blurs the line between imagination and experience. Once a concept in science fiction, it became real through advances in computing and visual technology. Modern VR allows users to explore digital worlds, from historical recreations to alien planets, all from within a headset. It's not just entertainment, it's education, therapy, and creativity combined. Pilots train with it. Surgeons practice with it. Artists create entire universes inside it. Yet, while VR expands the mind, it also raises questions. How real is reality when the boundaries can be rewritten? Humanity's fascination with blending the digital and physical would soon evolve further into 3D printing, a technology that makes imagination tangible. 3D printing changed how we build, design, and create. Using digital blueprints, printers layer materials, from plastic to metal, to form real objects. What began as a tool for prototypes became a revolution in medicine, architecture, and manufacturing. Engineers can now print car parts, prosthetic limbs, or even entire houses. Artists use it to sculpt with precision never before possible. The idea of turning digital data into physical form closed the loop between imagination and reality. But every revolution also brings reflection, a moment to ask, what comes next? The same tools that built machines now build minds, leading us into the age of quantum computing, the frontier of information itself. Quantum computing is not just an evolution. It's a redefinition of logic. Unlike traditional computers that process data in bits, quantum computers use qubits, capable of representing multiple states at once. This allows them to perform calculations that would take classical machines centuries. With quantum power, humanity can simulate molecules, predict weather patterns, or even decode the mysteries of the universe. It's the culmination of centuries of invention, from gears and levers to light and code. Yet this immense power also echoes the same question that began our journey. What truly defines human intelligence, the machine, or the mind that created it?